Hi everyone, welcome to InterviewPro. In this video, let's see how to set the value of a form. So we have this feedback form. Let's say we have a button that says set form data. When you click on that button, it fills all the information to all these forms. So let's add the button first. I'll copy paste this submit button. This is not a submit button, so I'll change the type to just button. And this is going to be a secondary class set form data. So when we click on it, this should set the value of all these form controls, right? So let's add a click event and bind it to set form data method. Let's create this form set form data. I'll go to the TS file and so what is our form? This is the form which has all these controls. This dot feedback form dot set value. So this is expecting all these form controls that we defined here to be set inside this set value. So let's create an object that will contain all the controls. So username, let's assign it to test. Then we have feedback, awesome video. Then we have address. So this is again an object. So until and unless we provide all these controls, it's gonna show this error. So let's just provide dummy values for the city because I don't want to give the values here. City, state, country, and zip code. So now the error is gone. Now let's see if it works or not. So we have this button. Now if I click on this, this form data is set. We have set the name to test, feedback to awesome video, and all these values were empty. Look at this. We displayed this form data using the feedback form dot value. So even this is binded to the data that we have given. So I have given the empty strings here to city, state, country, and zip code. So I didn't want it to give the address. Since this is just four controls, I gave them with the default values. But what if your form is huge? You cannot provide default values to all the controls, right? In such a case, you cannot use set value because if you remove something here, it starts giving the error. So in that case, there is another method provided by the reactive form, that is patchValue. So patchValue will expect only the controls that you want to assign the values. So you don't have to give the whole object of this form group. So even if you want to set just username, give username. If you want to set just address, you can give address here. So now I want only username and feedback. So I have removed address here. Let's see what it does. Let's just refresh. And if I click on set form data, test and awesome video are set. The address is set to the default values. Setting form data is fine, but I want to set only one specific control, let's say username. How do I do that? We can use patch value, but there is another way to set the specific control. But before that, let's see how to get an individual control. So in the on submit, I'll add another console log. Here, I want to retrieve the username control. So what I can do is feedback form dot, there is a method called get inside which you can provide the name of your control. So this will give this particular control. So let's see, let's inspect console. Now if I click on submit, the first console log was to display the whole form. The second console log is to display the username control. This value is empty for now. Let's just fill it with some value. Test user and click on submit. We see the value here. There is another way to get the value of this username control, that is using controls. So we already know that the feedback form has an object called controls where it displays the list of all these controls that we have added here. So let's use this and see what it does. If I click on submit, we see the same thing, form control. So where is this coming from? Inside form group, we have controls, and all the names of these controls are keys in this control object. So controls of username would give us the form control. Now, let's try to set the value of username when we click on set form data. So this dot feedback form dot get, first we'll get the username control, then we'll set the value. So this set value is applied on this specific control. That's why it is expecting only one value, which is string. When we use the set value on the feedback form, it displayed all the controls that are part of this feedback form. So now I'll just give a string test user 1. Now if we go back, click on set form data, username is set with test user 1. So this is how you can set the whole form data using set value, partial form data using patch value, get the specific control using get or using the controls object, and you can set the value of a specific control using get followed by the set value. I hope the concept is clear. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe to InterviewPro. Thank you.